Going live. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. We are live once again for the late night chat. Gary's back. Say hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Pass.
What are you doing, man?
I am eating potato chips, dude. This is the only I have eaten exactly 2 peanut buttered sandwiches and a bag of potato chips today. That's been the extent. So
I made a bowl of green beans and I put some ham in with it and some onions. Oh, that was good.
yeah, I'm almost jealous.
Having to have a little bit of a diet after that weekend in Tulsa. I think we ate a little bit of food that weekend.
Well, let's open up the YouTube side and see what's going on.
Hey, there might be some people out there. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 out there. We got Sean. We got Vanessa Kitty. Hi, Vanessa. Would you like a link, Vanessa? And Espada. How are you, buddy? Welcome back, guys. I know you were all in the last chat.
Hopefully I ain't scared any of them off. Yeah, they need to get in here.
Well, I sent Dead Horse a link. I've got several links out, so we'll see who shows up. It's still relatively early for these guys.
I wasn't able to keep very good track of the text chat in the last one because, well, in the first place, I forgot to open it up until we were about halfway through, and then George decided to get up on my lap, so I couldn't hardly type.
So why did you name the cat George? I should have asked you that during the interview.
Well, there was a cartoon several years ago.
Okay. No, now it makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Someone to love you and squeeze you and hold you and call you.
That's exactly it. That's where it came from. I will name him George.
Well, that big orange monster thing.
Yeah.
And we have been blessed with beauty. Gunpowder beauty.
How are you doing?
I am great. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you had fun in Tulsa.
It's good to be sober again.
Hey.
Hey.
We never realized you wasn't ever not sober or wasn't ever sober. Yeah, that's what I meant. We always thought you were drunk, damn it.
Well, maybe I should start being drunk all the time. I mean, if people are going to think I'm already drunk, I might as well do it.
Well, you're always talking about throat punching people, you know, so.
Oh, no, that's when I'm sober.
I never saw her throat punch.
And ladies and gentlemen, RL is in the house.
Somebody said drunk 3 times and my phone disconnected.
That's scary. What's going on?
I saw Gunpowder and Night Strike in the same room for several minutes at a time, and nobody got throat punched. I can honestly say that.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself. I never hit him once.
How many times did you think about it?
A lot.
No. Hey, Tardot, you've got a link over on the Gun Channel side because I don't have your damn email address.
I'm not muted.
Okay. So what did you 2 buy at the gun show? Did you buy anything?
I bought a really big pink and black luggage bag.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say something else.
It was a body bag.
Yeah, I could probably fit both my kids and possibly Tardot in this bag.
So basically, you got a body bag, is what he said, and it sounds like it.
Yeah, it's pretty much a duffel bag big enough that I could fit a body in it.
from coming from anybody else, that wouldn't worry me too much. Coming from you, I'm slightly concerned for Tardot's well-being.
No, I wouldn't put him in there. I like him better alive.
For now. So, look at there. There he is. The man of the hour, the Tardot. Now we got a party.
Ain't no party like a Tardot party.
Yep. Who's bringing the alcohol?
They got a celebrity in the house now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn right.
We just need Night Strike because, I'm getting kind of bored.
He went to bed already. You know, Night Strike. He always goes to bed before all the fun stuff happens.
Well, see, I told everybody when I left the interview that I was opening one back up for this very reason. So, if they miss out, they just miss out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but see, I was having a ton of fun in Tulsa just messing with Night Strike.
Oh, I bet you was. And I warned him about that before he even went. I told him, I said, you don't think they're going to give you hell when you get to Tulsa? You got another thing coming, son.
Oh, I heard "fuck you, Tardot" more this weekend than I've ever heard.
How many times was it an offer?
I'm not sure, but I'm fairly certain Night Strike reached that limit and was pretty much at that point, by, I don't know, an hour into Saturday morning. So you're between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. He had already reached that point where he was at that point offering to me. And so, yeah.
Fuck you, Tardot.
Please, not on my channel. Please.
Please what?
Well, she said, fuck you, Tardot. And I said, not on my channel.
No, we got kids here. I can't,
Hey.
just bust out with the sex moves or something.
You never know. That could really boost your views there.
There you go.
It could also get me permanently blocked.
You just got to put adult content. Make sure,
Put a price on it.
Little kiddies aren't watching it that are under 18. If a dude can get a blowjob while shooting off a gun, I'm pretty sure you'll be okay.
Just make sure you label it as art and you should be safe.
Yeah, it's art.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewer discretion is advised.
Apparently. Why is it every time I get you people in these chats, we go down
Whoa, you people.
Yes, you
the
people.
Fuck?
Hey, yeah, what do you mean by you people?
Yeah.
I mean, Black Cats, Gizzards, Gunpowders, Tardots, and myself.
Whoa.
Just remember.
That sounds like hateful speech.
Okay.
I'm triggered.
Whose house we're at.
Now I need RL's unicorn lower there.
Well, where's Ellen Bro? If we really wanted this to disintegrate, we need Ellen in here, man.
Well, he's got a link. If he shows up, he's got a link waiting on the end.
Well, it's either Alan or Scotsman. We need one of the two to really just destroy the show.
Next time,
I don't know if Scotsman comes in, he's got to talk with the accent. That's all I'm saying.
Next time we go to Tulsa, we need RL and Alan there, and it could totally just come off the hinges at that point.
Yeah, imagine if it was me, RL, and Alan.
I told you, Ellis, you got to get yourself there. So do you, RL, man.
Hey,
it was really freaking awesome.
It was.
Just going off of how this past weekend went, if we had Ellis, Night Strike, me, you, RL, Gunpowder, we may actually get kicked out of the hotel. Roll call. Yeah, we might actually accomplish getting kicked out of a hotel.
Yeah, I'm not sure they want us back. Well, I may have to find a different place to stay next time. I'm not sure.
There's a hotel next to that hotel that we stayed at, so we're good.
But
if we got kicked out, we could always ask G-Webs if he's got room in the van.
Oh, did you
listen? My parents always told me to stay away from white vans with blacked out windows. Those people
Especially people who get
are
handcuffed.
predators.
They're there.
Yeah, but he might be offering
Yeah.
free ammo and patches.
Okay, I'd totally jump in that van.
He got handcuffed before he ever woke up.
Hey, I don't know if y'all watched it or not, but last night I did a late night chat, and G-Webs actually came in and sat in here and talked to us for, God, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hey, I was to say, meeting G-Webs in person this weekend was a highlight. I mean, he's awesome.
He is.
It was great getting to sit down and talk to him, outside of these chats.
I cannot wait to shake his hand.
Yeah, he's a really awesome dude.
He's a different person in person. He's not what you'd expect. He's different.
Speaking of roll call, he's out in the chat. How you doing, buddy?
There's roll
Well,
call.
I'll say this much: G-Webs is exactly like he is in the chats, but like when you're sitting with him, it's a different. I guess it's a different scenario, a different feeling to the room when you're talking to him in person and you're all hanging out.
That's because you're talking to royalty, man. You're talking to royalty.
Yeah, YouTube royalty right there.
You got to show respect. No, but yeah, he came in here last night. And we were kidding up, just carrying on. And G-Webs has made several forays into some of my chats. I love having him. It don't happen often enough, if you ask me. But anytime he wants to show up, he's more than welcome. Speaking of which, where's the Daily Gun Show tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he might be driving right now.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Oh, yeah. Never thought about that. Yeah.
He might end up going on later, not at all. I forgot where he was going, but I remember hearing it earlier.
Oklahoma City is what he said.
Yeah.
Well, I was surprised to see him because, when I left, I didn't think he was going to make it. Then all of a sudden I heard, well, G-Webs is in Tulsa. It's like, wow, I'm going to get to meet him after all. Wow.
Yeah, we were all kind of pushing hard on that last day, I think right before we were all leaving to head over there. And he got some funding to get over there. So that was awesome of the viewers that we all have, that they all jumped in and really helped support him on that trip. And I think he's gotten some more support for the Loophole Tour.
What amazed me is the amount of people who drove all night just to get there. Some of them didn't get in until Friday. Some of them didn't even get in until Saturday morning. We had people who got up at midnight and drove all night, 8 or 9 hours just to get there.
Oh, Ponery was the one that went because he was coming from, I think, Houston.
Yeah.
And he came up Saturday morning. Well, I say morning. I think he got there like early afternoon or maybe late morning, and then turned around and left about 3 or 4 o'clock to come right back because he had to work Sunday.
And then Cycle Camp, well, they drove for 28 hours, I think it took them, and they come in with a broken back axle on the
crap.
SUV.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's the Tulsa curse they were talking about. His axle broke and it literally fell off as they were driving in, and they had to rent a car. And then it was like, I think Saturday they ended up taking the rental back and getting their car back.
I sent Bob a link earlier. Actually, what I did is I sent the embed link from the bottom of the chat instead of the actual chat link. So, don't I feel like an idiot?
Hell, you ought to send roll call link, man. He had a blast out there at Tulsa.
Yeah.
Me and him were going crazy.
Yeah, and then it'll turn into the Tarkal Row. What is it? Freaking weird chat.
Well, if you got his email address, send him a link.
I don't know if I do or not. Let's see.
Yeah, my little live streams when me and him were like running around there going nuts. It was Tarkal Rodot. Yeah.
I don't think I have his.
I'll do that instead.
Ooh, I do.
You do? Okay.
I'll just put it right out in the YouTube chat. I ain't worried about it. Hey, Clover.
Clover's in the house. In the hizzle.
Oh man.
Okay, everybody behave. The teacher's in the house,
We're
okay?
talking about
Yeah.
royalty. Royalty.
We gotta be careful.
Hey, it
Stop
is
talking about
after
Clover.
it is after 1:30 in the morning. We can say what we want to say.
It's only 12:30 here.
Well, I'm sorry you live in the wrong spot in the country. Whoa.
We're in the only time zone that matters.
That's right.
No.
In the middle of it all.
You are not in the middle of anything. Lord. Well, you're probably in the middle of something, but I ain't gonna say what.
The geographical center of the United States is in the state of Kansas.
Yeah. Plus, it's called the Central Time Zone for a reason. You know, we're the center of it all. Everything else rotates around us.
That's right. Oh, speaking Alan.
Central Time Zone for a reason. Yeah, we're the center of it all. Everything else rotates around us.
And he always has to make a fucking entrance.
That must be Alan B. Crow.
See, what do you want about I don't know how you
That solves that problem for a minute.
I already had that problem solved. Thank you very much.
How are you doing tonight, asshole?
I'm just absolutely fantastic, you titwad. How are you?
I am fucking awesome.
Hey, Alan, I do want to make sure to tell you two things. Thank you very much for the pizza.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tardot.
The night I'll never forget. That was Gun Channel.
It was freaking awesome, dude.
That was absolutely freaking awesome, man. I'm glad that you guys went live and went up there and tried to give the man the pizza. I was hoping that somebody was going to actually catch the pizza guy going up and doing it, but I think it worked out a hell of a lot better having you guys going up and doing it.
Oh,
that shit was fucking hilarious.
When he walked up and he asked for Mr. Matt, and we were all sitting there like, the hell is this? And then he goes, I got a pizza for Mr. Matt. And he told us that nobody had paid for it. And we were like, oh, hell no. And we're like, who's it from? And he's like, I don't know, but I got to tell you, shall not be infringed. And we were like, freaking Night Strike. And we were about ready to go up there and get him out of the room and just start going off on him. And then we looked at the receipt and we're like, no, it's paid for. And we're like, oh, what the hell? So we ate it and left the one piece. And then it dawned on us that, oh, hell, this was meant for Night Strike, I think.
That's all right. He did end up getting a box.
It was somehow, that was actually funnier that you guys ate Night Strike pizza.
That was hilarious.
Well, actually, while I was ordering it, there was somebody else was live. I don't know who it was watching because you guys were like, there was like 4 or 5 all live streams going on all at the same time. And Matt said, what? Somebody ordered Night Strike a pizza? Where the hell's my free pizza? I'm in room such and such. And so I knew that you guys were still down in the lobby. And the pizza guy called me and he's like, I knocked on that door and nobody answered. I'm like, that fucking Night Strike, man. Goddamn, he crashed out early in Tulsa. That's weak as hell. And I was like, all right. No problem. We can remedy this. Just go down to the lobby and ask for Mr. Matt.
Well, and it was so damn convenient because that morning, Night Strike didn't get up. I think it was about 8 o'clock, 8:30. I'd been up since like 5 or 6. And so I was like, okay, screw this. And I went upstairs because, everybody was getting ready to leave. And I just went up there and started pounding on the door, shouting, shall not be infringed and all this other stuff. I know RL was on there when I was doing it. And he just answered the door and it was, fuck you, Tardot. Fuck you.
That was great.
Hey, fuck you, Tardot.
That was
Hey,
it was
hey,
Travis
don't be making lovers offers here in the live stream. Here, come on now.
Man, it's not even an offer. It was so funny. This whole weekend, we had so many people sitting there just walking by and be like, fuck you, Tardot. Even he was sitting there, and before I could ever say it, he'd sit there and be like, yeah, fuck you, Tardot.
I want a fuck you Tardot t-shirt.
We will probably have to make that a t-shirt. Fuck you, Tardot, Tulsa edition.
Oh, it was like I said when we were in Tulsa, there was so much shit happening. I was like, damn, if I put half this stuff on here, Spreadshirt's going to end up canceling my account.
Actually, there's two t-shirts I want right now. I want a Jan is Gay t-shirt and a fuck you Tardot t-shirt.
I actually had a Jan is Gay t-shirt all designed. I was getting ready. I was going to put it up just for a limited time because Jan was only around for 90 days, right? But I decided against it. I didn't think that anybody would end up buying that piece of crap.
I would have bought one.
It was a dark purple shirt with the big giant bubblegum pink Jan is Gay logo.
Now, you know what would be better, even better? Is have the Jan is Gay there with like a rifle, AR-15 underneath it or something. Yeah,
With a snowflake lower.
Yeah, that would actually be cool.
You could be on gun channels another 10 years and people will still mention the time
Jan is Gay.
Jan is Gay.
I've done told him that ain't never going away.
No.
He shot himself in the foot with that one.
It's like Night Strike will never live down the pizza.
Or the blue dress.
Or Jonas.
And Biker Bob will always be known as No Show Bob. So far, he's the only one that I actually scheduled an interview with, and he just didn't show up at all.
Speaking of stuff,
And there he just showed up, see?
Yeah.
Bob shows up on his own time. We learned that the hard way.
He's on Canadian time. It's different.
That's right.
Well,
you're in Bob's world, or it's Bob's world, and you're just living in it.
Pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. The almighty Bob.
What are you people doing in my room?
Take it over. You got a problem with it?
We're just making ourselves comfortable.
Yeah.
As long as you bring the beer, I'm good.
Well, Alan's paying for the pizza.
There you go. Cheese pizza.
And we brought Princess Leia.
Oh, and Tardot and Gunpowder's got the moonshine, so we're all covered.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so pissed off. I had to miss this gun show because I missed the first one that everybody got to go and shoot at the range with 226, and then the second one we didn't get to go shoot at the range. There was only 3 of us there, and then of course, the third one everybody's there and I'm not there. It really sucked. No, it was the fourth one. Sorry.
Yeah, and this time they were out there going full auto and everything at the range, is what we heard.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'll be going full auto this weekend. So,
I'm
Full
pretty
auto,
willing to
or
bet.
are you going full semi-auto?
no, I'm going
I'm
full
really
auto.
pretty willing to bet all your partners tell you it's full auto because it's like
If you take some ginseng, Hatfield, that'll help take care of that problem.
Yeah, I've heard ginseng, yellow root, and a little bit of co-wash all mixed together.
Think about baseball, man. Think about baseball. That's what you got to do. You got to think about baseball.
Actually, I am going to a charity event this coming Saturday for a little girl.
Whoa.
Oh,
YouTube doesn't like that stuff.
yeah.
We don't like that stuff.
She is.
No. Come on. Now, we're not going to talk about kind of weird shit you're into, right? This is family friendly.
Yes, it is a very family-friendly show, and it's a very good cause. And yes, I am going. It's $25 to shoot, but like I said, they have some full auto toys out there, so I'm gonna have some fun.
Are you gonna shoot the Chris Vector now? That's the question.
If they have a damn Chris Vector there, you can bet your sweet ass I'm pulling the trigger on it.
So what's the charity?
It is for a little girl. Hold on a minute, and I'll pull this thing up. On behalf fundraiser on behalf of Shane and Danielle. She has cystic fibrosis. Yep. And he's the dad's apparently a deputy sheriff with the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department. So
Well, that's a really cool cause to go out and shoot, but I really think you're only doing it just to get a chance to pull a trigger on full autos. If it was just like, come support this poor little girl, you'd probably be like, oh, why would I want to do? Oh, I could shoot a machine gun? Oh yeah, I'm going. Not that I would do the same thing. Not that I wouldn't be the same way, but you know, just saying.
no. Coy asked me to show up, and I told him I would do everything in my power to be there. So, by God, I am going to be there.
By God.
No, man, good for you, and like tell everybody about it around you. Guys, the more people you can get shooting full auto, they're going to just go, oh, guns are cool.
Whose mic is making that noise?
Not me.
Am I the only
I'm
one?
muted. I'm hearing it.
Well, that was weird.
Well, it's not me. I'm muted and it's still going. So
It was gunpowder before she muted.
Really?
Gunpowder.
That's all kind of fault.
I still hear it while I'm muted, so bite me, Jan is gay.
I think it's outlaw, actually.
Hey,
You know,
hey.
I mean,
If you two
really,
ladies, if you two ladies want to fight, at least have the decency to oil up first. Come on now.
I've never had an oil fight, but let me tell you, I have had a mud wrestle.
There you go. We can deal with that too. Tardot can referee.
Jello wrestling. I like Jello.
Jello is sticky, and it gets in places Jello should not be. That's just weird.
wow.
And back down the rabbit hole we go again. Lord.
So roll call's in the chat too. He's in this room, but he's being really quiet over there tonight.
Yeah, because
Roll call!
Roll call does not know how to deal with this kind of situation.
Turn your mic down a little bit, okay? I think your mic's a little high.
Ball sack.
What are you guys doing?
What?
Hey, roll call, how are you, buddy? Welcome to the late night chat. You are now officially an outlaw.
Welcome to the rabbit hole, man.
I was almost an outlaw in Houston. I almost punched some guy in his face. So that was interesting.
Ooh, I want to hear that story.
Yes.
Did he call you a Nazi?
You must elaborate.
We were waiting for the plane while the plane had a flat tire. How a plane gets a flat tire, I don't know. So they had to change out the flat tire on the plane. Lucky it was like on takeoff and not landing.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there talking to Sydney. She was pissing me off because she started making plans right out the gate. I'm like, we're in Houston. We're not at home. We're not gonna be at home for like 4 more fucking hours. And I'm fucking tired. I want to go fucking home. Well, I said it kind of loud, I guess. And this guy turns around. He's like, hey, buddy. And I look. I said, what? He's like, there's kids around here. Watch your language. I said, oh yeah? Well, fuck you. I said, my fucking rights fucking, or your feelings fucking stop where my rights fucking begin. So why don't you go shut the fuck up over there in the corner? Turn to Cindy. I said, where's this flight going? She said, Chicago. I looked back over. I said, oh, you must be from Chicago. I said, well, that's a communist state, and you can go march for your lives off the fucking end of the plane. And I turned back around, and he never said anything else. So that was a very interesting conversation.
The thing that I really want to know about all of that roll call, I do have a question about that. The tire on the plane, was it only flat on the bottom or all the way around?
Fuck, I don't know, Jan. Do I look like a mechanic? All I know is they said it was a flat tire. It was going to be another 45 fucking minutes before I had to wait. And then some guys, they're fucking yelling at me. Some guys run around the fucking terminal screaming and bitching and complaining about the fucking flat tire. Like he's going up and taking pictures of the people at the desk to hand out the tickets. And then he's running around in the crowd. I tweeted Southwest and, oh my God, this is outrageous. They're lying to us. They're lying. And he's running around. And I'm like, and you guys are harping on me because fucking my kid wants to go play golf in the snow for some reason. I'm like, look at this fucking clown. I'm like, middle finger to all of you and all a good night. It was ridiculous.
Hey, I told you Houston's one of those areas that some of the snowflakes tend to congregate in Texas.
Oh, God, it was miserable. I'm like, I should just go in the bathroom, go in their stall, take a big giant crap right in the tank of their fucking toilet, and leave. God.
I love the upper decker strategy.
Yes. It's a pit of misery over there.
You just have to learn.
Yeah, I think you've killed Bob.
Oh, hey, your roll call. Also, just to tell you, your non-existent bump stock says it misses you.
I didn't buy a bump stock. I don't know what those things are. Aren't they illegal? They're banned in 40 states or something.
And then they're stupid anyway. I can do it with my finger, so why do I need a bump stock? But anyway, like seriously, dude, it sounds like you're frustrated at flying. That's why I don't do it anymore, because I figure any airplane I'm in that I can't reach over and smack the pilot upside the head when he's doing something wrong, I'm not going to fly in. So I don't fly in those big giant aluminum tubes where you're packed in like sausages.
Yeah, but Bob, your plane, y'all's planes up there have to have like snow skis and shit on them, though. So that doesn't really count.
We have regular, and they only have one engine.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, you guys! And I broke a twin engine Aztec when I was doing pilot training before I decided I wasn't going to be a pilot. But that's probably why I'm not going to be a pilot. But
wait, Canada has an Air Force?
Yeah, no, not much of one really.
They have two planes that are both Cessnas.
No, we got a bunch of F-18 Hornets, and they're talking about buying.
But Bob broke one.
No, I didn't break any of their airplanes. They wouldn't let me in their stupid Air Force because I have a heart murmur.
You know what else pisses me off is when when we get on the plane, assholes sit either on the end or by the window and leave the fucking middle seat. It's like, what is wrong with you just scooting over and sitting next to the person? Why is the middle seats always open? Is that like the shittiest seat on the plane?
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, well, it's also like who the hell wants to sit right, like, I'm like, if I purposely, like some girl sitting in the window seat and I purposely don't take the aisle seat and sit right next to her, she's gonna go, oh geez. So that's why
I
nobody.
say if you got two people that take up,
don't
everything except for the middle seat, and you have to sit there, you sit right next to them and let one rip.
Well, no, the thing is,
Most
like
people, you
it's
sit
like,
down
why
beside them
don't
and
you
go, oh,
use the
geez.
urinal right next to the person so the next person coming in just uses the one next to you, and it's nice, it's in a row. But everybody goes, I'm going to use the furthest urinal because, I mean, who wants to be right next to anyone at any time? I don't like to be within, 2 feet of people.
I take the aisle seat as a courtesy to other passengers because I'm so big I can go over in the other seats if I sit in the middle.
Well, I like to take the aisle seat, or if it's the escape door seat, I'll take that one because I'm going to be the first one out. But
Just make sure the plane is actually on the ground before you jump out of that thing.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I know a lot about airplanes, so I know how to get out of one when they burn. That's also why I wear leather clothes when I go in an airplane, because they're not cotton. Most people wear really loose cotton clothing, and they burn really well. If you wear, like, leather jacket and leather pants, you've got a way better chance of getting out of it.
Why do I picture Bob flying in a gimp suit?
You know, I think Bob's telling us about his S&M experiences here.
No, you said that, and I'm picturing Bob in like a biker outfit with the chaps and everything.
Leather
Thank you, Tardot,
You have
for
the
that.
chaps. I also, I have the chaps.
Tardot.
I also have a pair of leather pants that I wear when I'm riding because, chaps are a pain in the ass. When you get to where you're going, you take your chaps off, your crotch is soaking wet if it rained. So it looks like you pissed yourself, right? And all the water pools on your ass, so it looks like you pissed yourself and all ran around your ass. So, just wear leather pants and then, chaps are okay for rock stuff.
And talking about the airplane thing, it really doesn't fucking matter where I sit. I'm 6'3", and when I sit my ass down in the chair, I can't unless it's first class. My knees are in my chin. That's about it.
You're probably not getting out, right? Like I'm 5'8" and I'm thin, so I'm like a monkey. I'd be like over the tops of the seats, pushing old ladies out of the way, and I'd be out that door and be going, "Oh, I tried to help people as they came off the slide. I'm a hero." Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
You know what else pisses me off?
Because I wouldn't go in one of those stupid big giant aluminum tubes to die in. Thank you. I will drive.
When the fucking plane stops and it's time to get off, why does everybody get the fuck up? They let the people in the front go first. But for some reason, these clowns, everybody gets up and they start moving around. And I'm like, hey, assholes, the people in the front go first. We're in the back of the plane, so we're going to be the last ones off. So why are you up moving around, bullshitting around?
Because everybody's got to get all their bags and stack it up to where everybody's packed in there like sardines.
But if the plane crashes, if you're in the back, you get out first. Especially if the back breaks off.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's the quickest way to get out of the plane.
Yeah, say if the back breaks off, you're going to be the first no matter what, probably.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're on landing, you'll probably survive. If you're strapped in your seat and that tail section just slides down the runway at 30 miles an hour and then comes to a stop, you might get cut up and banged up, but you'll probably walk away or at least get carried away.
You get sucked out the back of that thing, you're probably going to live. You might live, but you're probably not going to have any skin left.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it depends where you're sitting, right? Now, if you get sucked out at altitude, like I've always said, man, if I was one of those people who was in those airplanes that got ripped apart and you get sucked out at altitude, first thing I'd do is I'd take a cigarette out on my way down because I'm going to have a fucking smoke. And when I light, I know I've got about, another second or two to live.
If
They-
you're
they
falling out
compass-
of the plane, how are you going to light your cigarette with all the wind from you falling?
Oh, I live in Canada. I mean, I have 100-mile-an-hour winds all the time. I can light a cigarette in 100-mile-an-hour wind. You just got to cup your hands around the lighter and get your cigarette right in there, and you can light it.
I think I just pull my pants
Get your
off.
back to the wind. Right? The thing is, you get your back to the wind so that you create a little airspace, like a little, yeah, it's quite doable.
If I was ever sucked out of a plane at altitude, I'm pretty sure I would try to figure out which way to land to make the biggest mess. I mean, I'm gonna have fun on the last trip.
I think everyone has a chance to survive falling out of an airplane at altitude. You've got to. It depends on what you land on. There's been guys in World War II that were dumped out at 20,000 feet and landed in a haystack and survived. I mean, they got a lot of broken bones, but they survived. Other guys landed in trees and survived, going out at 300, 400 feet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hope to land on the outdoor mattress factory or something.
Yeah, there you go.
The bouncy house factory.
And a trampoline would probably not be a good idea, by the way.
Mm.
That would suck.
Yeah, you might be right back at 20,000 feet real quick.
Yeah, that might be counterproductive there.
A company manufactures giant fish nets and then hangs them out over the factory.
Yeah, that'd probably be a safe bet right there now. Oh, yeah, I could see that one.
FYI, you're not allowed to have beer in your suitcase. They confiscated all my beer.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Those bastards.
It's crazy. Like what they do at airports now is nuts. It's like that's one of the reasons I don't fly anymore, because I could have my money clip doesn't get allowed on airplanes because it's got a knife blade on it. It's like, yeah, it's like an 1.5-inch knife blade. What the hell am I going to do with that?
Well, according to the U.S. government, you can cut somebody's throat with it in an airplane. I
can load my camper up here in Canada and come down to the U.S. with my VZ-58, my shotguns, my pistols. That's fine. I can drive all over the U.S. And that's cool because the ATF says, you've got this permit, that allows you to bring your Canadian guns to America and go wherever. I mean, you have to follow state laws, but, if you're going through the state, which you are, if you're in Canada, because we're getting real feedback on here.
Me?
Yeah, we're getting some echo from you.
Yep.
Oh, I want Whataburger. I'm hungry.
Call them up. Tell them they need to hurry up and drop a store or drop a location right next to you.
Well, don't they have those things you can just phone and get it delivered anywhere?
No, because Whataburger is really only in the South.
It's not down here where I'm at.
It's in the real South.
I pleaded and begged, and they told me no.
I don't know, man.
Okay, that's what we need to do then. We need to start all chipping in money, and we'll get a Whataburger. We'll start getting them built further up north for everybody.
You know what? They're okay, but I don't.
Turned out I think I'm probably farther south than you are.
You are really bad at geography, aren't you?
It depends on what part of Texas you're in.
You do know where Texas is at, right? You know Texas isn't part of Canada or something, right?
Yeah. I know exactly where Texas is at. I also know where South Carolina's at.
Yeah, I do too. And I'm not in the panhandle of Texas, which would be the closest thing to being level with South Carolina.
I'm sorry. We need to step back for a minute. Bob, did you just say that Whataburger is Yeah,
I know. I really hate it because I always I admired the company. I wanted to have one so bad. I went and had one, and I was like, it's okay. It's not the best burger I've ever had. It really isn't. But it's the best burger.
There must be something wrong with your taste buds. That's all I'm saying.
No, the best burger I've ever had is my own. It's like the best chicken I've ever had is my own. And
Okay, I was waiting for you to say like the best burger you had was like some restaurant in Canada, and I was gonna be like, okay, no.
No. But I mean, because we have the same restaurants as you guys, right? But I've had all the other fast food burgers, and it was good, but I wouldn't put it. I was all about, I want to have White Castle, because I heard about it in that Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle or something, that movie.
Those are good, but they're better when you're drunk.
And that's exactly what I found out. I went and had them and went, these aren't that great. Then I went and got some after I'd had a bunch of beers and went, these are great. And went, it's like McDonald's at 2 a.m.
So you have around.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Big Mac is great at 2 a.m. or hungover.
Well, it's just not fair comparison to compare fast food to like homemade food, though.
And see,
That's true.
That's what I was gonna say with Whataburger. When we're talking about Whataburger's the best, it's comparing it to McDonald's, Burger King, White Castle, shit like that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Okay, Tardot, since you're a big fan of burgers and we are in Texas, which burger is better, Whataburger or Griff's?
Still Whataburger.
Okay.
Griff's. Most of y'all don't know what Griff's is because y'all aren't in Texas, but Griff's is a tiny little restaurant in Texas. They got a bunch of them around here. Well, they're not as common as they used to be, but you can get the reason I like Griff's is you can go in there and tell them you want a double or a triple burger, and then tell them to double the meat, and so you end up with this big fucking burger.
So if I decide to show up in Texas Sunday, y'all gonna have to take me one of these Whataburgers.
Yeah, or you're coming to NRA, aren't you?
Probably not, man.
Is that a yes?
No, that's a probably not. Holy shit. Bob, what did you do to my panel?
I didn't do nothing. That was you. You went and said you're not going to go to NRA, and everybody just like jumped out and went, "Oh, fuck this guy!" Then
Apparently,
apparently you don't want to support the NRA, and so they all left.
I'm sorry.
Gunpowder dropped this.
Gunpowder.
So you don't know your wife's
Gunpowder and copper.
No, at least you didn't call her Gun Cooter.
God, Bob.
Oh, what? I'm saying what he said, but just changed it a little.
Changed it a lot. Apparently, she didn't hear you either because she don't have that "I'm going to kill you" look on her face.
Well, here,
I didn't hear anything. I just got this look because he sat there and
you'd be throwing throat punches right now if you did.
Yeah, Bob said that something about your name being Gun Cooter or some shit.
I did not. I just was repeating what other people were saying.
hey, I've been called Gun Bunny, Gun Propellant, apparently Gunpowder is my new one. And, Gunpowder or Gun Cooter, if it's close, I'll go for it,
Well,
Why you say gun, I'll go with it.
Can you
So keep the cooter away from her.
Jan is gay.
Can I what?
Can you please take the name Jan is gay? I'm tired of it.
No.
No, because I think if I took Janice Gay, then nobody would like her.
And right now, everybody loves Janice Gay.
And Tardot would probably divorce me because apparently I'm gay. And so,
But your name ain't
I'm
Jan,
not really
so.
good. I'm not really good at being gay.
You've had experience of it.
Maybe you just need more practice.
I think I've had plenty of practice, but I've been told I'm a terrible lesbian, so I think I'm just going to stick with the opposite and, see how it goes. So far, it's going pretty good. I didn't do so well for the same team.
How did we get here? That's my question.
We came from there.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, Hatfield, how come there's so many rabbit holes? How come there's so many rabbit holes in your garden?
Because this is Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pump the flaps.
Pump the flaps. There's something on the wings.
This is the anything goes.
Get ready to pop the shit.
If it can be discussed on YouTube, it will be discussed on my channel, apparently.
Also, on airplanes, don't reference movies because people get kind of upset about that.
Especially when you holler about shit being on the wing.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's on the wing.
Why?
There's something on the wing. Something. And especially after you had like 4 or 5 rum and cokes, that doesn't work out too well.
Also, don't say bomb.
No, yeah, that's a bad one. That you know.
Oh yeah, or Jack,
or gun.
Or hi, Jack. Remember that after the first hijacking, that was the big thing. Is people would go through airports and go, "Hi, Jack," and cops would jump on them. Like I remember
got some weird
that.
shit happening in Canada.
I remember before there were hijackings on airplanes, right? And it was just people flying around on airplanes. It's smoke. Everybody had an ashtray on their seat. It was great, man. And now it's like there was no security. Like no shit. There was no security. And nothing ever happened. And then that one guy hijacks the plane. And then it was like the big joke was like, what do you not say when you're walking through the airport? Hi, Jack. And it was really funny back in the 60s. Apparently, nobody gets it now.
Alan, you do realize you are on camera, right?
D.B. Cooper? Not the one we know.
Well, apparently Jan isn't gay. Look at that.
What? He's doing something with a girl?
This is what it looked like.
Oh my God, he was showing.
Yeah, I was told that I wasn't allowed to post that video, so I didn't post it.
No, okay. It wasn't posted. Okay.
Accidental. All right. Well, that's cool. That probably gets you out of the legal,
Yeah, it keeps me out of the legal ramifications, but just because she doesn't like to be on camera, but yeah.
Well, she was pretty.
Enough alcohol, you changed your mind? Was she there on her own free will?
She actually was. She didn't have any of the restraints that I had on her later that evening.
Are you sure?
Nice.
Maybe we just couldn't see that hidden dog collar that was, the electric dog collar strapped around her back. Mm-hmm.
No, he had a cattle prod to her is probably what it was.
Mm.
It's holding her by knife.
Cattle prods totally hurt. It's not fun.
Oh, I know. We used to. When I was a kid, that was the greatest fun. Is we used to take the cattle prods and do sword fighting with them. Because it was fun, right? You'd nail somebody with one of those, it'd knock them on their ass.
I'm not sure
Don't
if we
make
want to
the
hear
tips
about
touch.
you fighting with swords with other people there, Bob. Sword
I-
fights between young boys are not appropriate for even Outlaws channel.
Oh, please. I'm talking sword fighting with cattle prods. What could be cooler for Outlaws channel?
Playing cowboys and Indians with BB guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to do that.
That too. You know what we used to do?
Old-fashioned lawn darts.
We used to get my buddies when we were about, I don't know, 10 or 12. My buddy's younger brother was about 8 or 9. We'd make him put a skidoo suit on, a skidoo helmet with a face shield, and a big scarf around his neck in the middle of summer and make him run through the bush, and we'd shoot at him with pellet guns. And he'd tell us if we hit him, right? Because it was practicing shooting on the move, right? And we'd make him do this for hours at a time in the heat. And it was hilarious. That was a lot of fun, too.
You're a little fucked up. You know that, right?
No, that was just kid stuff, man. His brother wouldn't do it with anymore after.
Bob, I'm glad I was not your brother.
His brother. No, I never did this to my brother. I was the youngest in my family. I was the one they ignored, so I got away with everything.
Oh yeah, so you was the asshole kid. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Something
I was
never change.
Pretty much did everything and got away with it. Well, actually, my sister got away with everything, as far as I'm concerned. But
Hey, Bob, can I ask you a question real quick? What kind of helmet did you say it was you were putting him in?
a skidoo helmet.
Did you say screw?
No, a skidoo.
What the fuck's a skidoo?
A ski-doo?
A skidoo. You know, snowmobile.
Okay. I've just never heard him called skidoo. I've heard ski-doo. I've never heard skidoo.
Okay, well, yeah, if you say it properly, it's called skidoo.
There ain't nothing proper about how you say stuff.
No, yeah, no, that's the proper way to say it. I'm from, English stock, right? Way back. Well, there was some English inbred into the original. Originally, when my family came here, it was French. Then we kind of interbred, and then kind of bred with the English. And
well, come on, tell-y-boo to you too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm as Canadian, as multicultural as you can get. I'm pretty sure if I did that 34-degree whatever genetic test, it'd be like, yeah, you're from everywhere.
And nowhere.
Yeah.
Or you just might find out that you're not.
I'm from Canada. Like I'm back to where I was. Like basically, I'm within 100 miles of where I was born. So
I'm quite a.
They told him to go back where he came from, and he went.
I like it here. It's really is good because it's, we're very Western, very,
But it's Canada, eh?
It's Canada, but at the same time, we're redneck Canadians. And everybody drives pickup.
I guess that's better than being French Canadian.
Yeah, it really is. And we have French Canadians too, and some of them drive pickups too. But most of them are pretty okay. Like out here in the West, they know they're vastly outnumbered. So they really can't be dicks because, we'll kick their asses. And that's another thing. Western Canadians, like we don't have a problem with it. We can be rude, we can kick people's asses, we don't care. We're cowboys and ranchers and farmers and shit. We don't put up with
it's just weird hearing somebody from that far north talking about being a rancher or a farmer.
The biggest cattle ranch in the world. The biggest cattle ranch in the world right now is in Alberta, in Canada. It's bigger than the ones in South America. So, or most of the ones in South America. I think there's one in South America that might be bigger. But yeah, and my my brother-in-law's uncle worked on that ranch in Alberta, and he used to just go out and ride the range for like 6 months He'd just be out riding his horse on his own for 6 months, taking care of the cattle, watching the fence lines and shit like that. Fucking incredible. Like the last of
That's spending entirely too much time with a bunch of animals.
No, that was the real cowboy life, right? That's what they did. They lived rough, they lived hard, but that's what they did. It was fucking bizarre.
And as a cowboy, you get lonely sometimes, so you got to spend time with animals.
Oh man!
And that's the thing that was always wrong about that Brokeback Mountain. Those guys weren't even cattle cattle. Like cowboys who herded cattle, you can't do that. Heifers are going to run away. You've got to have a barn and shit like that to do it. So like a farmer's son can do it, but you can't. With sheep, which is what those guys on Brokeback Mountain were herding, sheep, right? Those don't.
I wouldn't know. I never saw the movie. I don't have an inclination to see the movie.
I've never seen it either, but I've read enough reviews and shit like that about it, and I know enough about it to go, wait a minute. If these guys were that sexually frustrated to wrestle themselves into having sex with each other, they had sheep. No right-thinking man would go, oh, I'm going to beat this dude down to do him up the ass if he can just go. Because if you're that fucked up, right, that you're going to go, I'm not going to beat up another guy so I can do him. No, you're going to go, well, it's way easier to get a sheep. Because they're sheep. They don't run away.
What the hell did I just step into?
I'm just saying a Brokeback Mountain was just a faulty movie and it never should have been made.
Bob is just pointing out
cowboys. I hate the fact they call these guys cowboys, gay cowboys. They weren't fucking cowboys.
Bob is just pointing out the fact that humans will.
They weren't cowboys. Just the whole thing. They say cowboys. Oh, these guys are cowboys. No, they're not cowboys. They're fucking sheep herders. Make it straight. These were not real cowboys. A real cowboy would go, you want me to herd sheep? You want me to beat you up right now or later? Like, fuck you. I'm not going to herd sheep. That's like, get some fucking Mexican and a dog.
God damn.
Holy shit, Bob.
Like, why not have somebody who's used to walking around?
Hatfield, you may have to delete this after we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
No, I'm done. And I don't mean that in a racist way. I just mean get somebody else who's willing to walk around. I guess saying Mexican kind of was racist, and that was probably over the top. However,
yeah. So honestly, you're a proponent of guys.
Mexican herders walk. A lot of the Western ones
rather
walk.
than other guys.
I mean, that's just like this.
That's what I got from it.
Different societies herd their sheep different ways. I guess that's what. Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, that would make a good excuse.
Well, so the best way that those guys herded their sheep was with their sticks. I mean, it's a pretty good way to keep them directionally pointed, I think. But
oh fuck, Alan, stop!
I think you
sheep herding techniques from Bob.
In Scotland, I think you can actually order rubber boots that have Velcro on the insides of the legs.
Yeah, but hey, do they wear raincoats?
In Scotland, you have to wear a raincoat because it rains there like
no,
290 days.
Well, and they're the same color as flamingo feathers. That way, it just looks like they have a big giant dress on the back of the sheep.
Well, it looks like they're helping the sheep to get to where it's going.
The harder you push, the faster they move.
Probably true.
And Black Cat has joined again. Welcome back, RL.
I used to have a black cat. His name was Bear. He weighed 23 pounds. He was a good cat. He would actually fetch.
Bob, I have a question. How much have you been drinking tonight?
Let's see.
Not enough.
A case of beers.
How many?
14.
14
light
cases
beer.
of beer.
No, 14 beers. So I mean, it's not like real beer. It's light beer. So it's like, what, 5 regular beer?
Yeah, that's light beer. That don't count.
It didn't start till 6. I mean, give me a break. I was thirsty.
Mm-hmm. And what are you washing that beer down with?
Oh, nothing. I
Probably
hate it.
whiskey.
Yeah, no, I actually don't like hard alcohol. It makes me fighty.
Actually, the way the conversation's going, I would have guessed he was chasing it with like absinthe or something, or meth.
Yeah.
I actually don't do any of that shit. I think the hardest drug I ever took was way back, like 40 years ago. I think I tried Coke, and it sucked. It made my nose bleed.
Yeah, those ice cubes get stuck up there. It fucking sucks.
No, it made my nose bleed and shit, and I didn't feel great. It didn't make me like, Same with acid. I always found acid really pissed me off. All my friends would be going, "Look at the colors, look at the," and I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? All I know is I can't make my knee stop moving," and I'd be just like, but yeah, I'm not seeing any of this shit. What the fuck? Like, I got ripped off.
No, it's because you weren't looking for it.
I don't know. I just never got that into any of that shit. So, other than, I'll take some medicinal herbs once in a while.
Well, hey, if you do the acid the right way and enough times, Clover and his brethren will appear.
Yeah, well, the weird thing is, I would have friends with the same shit, and they would go, "Look at the drapes, they're melting." And I look at the drapes, and they're drapes, right? I'm just like, I just can't stop my knee from moving. Be fiber.
That sounds more of like a K-hole, not an acid trip.
A what?
Special K, it's a mix of like horse tranquilizers, a little bit of LSD, and some other shit. They call it Special K here in the United States. It's a K-hole when shit starts melting.
Yeah, well, this would have been 40 years ago, so back then it was probably different.
And everybody, please don't do drugs, just to let you know.
Drugs are bad, K.
Yeah, it doesn't become like Bob. Don't be Bob.
Drugs are bad.
Sheep are bad too.
Okay.
Don't do drugs. Don't do sheep, and certainly don't try to do a cow.
Oh God, no!
No.
We just had a guy convicted of that. He's like 35, convicted of boinking a cow. Like, what the hell?
That's got to be really
hell?
terrible. I mean, first you got to take them out to a movie, and then take them out to the field so they can have dinner.
Listen, cows need love too.
That's right.
This guy got caught boinking a cow, a heifer, in his barn. A 35-year-old man. Like, what the hell is wrong with people these days?
Well, at least it wasn't a bull.
I don't think a bull would have let him. I mean, seriously.
Listen,
if you haven't
they
been
need
around
love
much,
too.
That's
even the
right.
most docile breeds of bull.
So we've
Yeah, you
gone from
wouldn't wanna do
Special
that.
K to Brokeback Angus here, or
I don't know. If a bull will let you stick a fist up its butt to figure out what's wrong with it, I'm pretty sure some dude's
Well, they
junk
do, but
isn't going to affect it.
those
yeah,
bulls
as
are
long as you don't turn around and say, "Hey, buddy, buy me a drink first." Damn.
A vet does that when the bulls are tranquilized. Like a bull that's not tranquilized even the most docile will not let you really.
How do you know this, Bob?
Yeah, that's my question: is how exactly do you know?
I grew up on a ranch. I grew up on a ranch.
So this is a personal experience.
Well, we've had thousands of cattle, and we've had to do artificial insemination and all other kind of stuff like that.
Bulls? I don't know really how that works, but I haven't worked on a ranch, so
You really don't want to know how it works.
Hatfield, this is the most educational your show has ever been.
It's a very messy job.
Easier with cattle than it is with horses, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Bob, you're killing me here, buddy.
Welcome, Black Cat. We are
I'm not
talking about
making anything up. I mean, this is
stimulating
like
bulls.
life, right? If you grow up in a ranch, on a ranch, in a ranching community, and you breed cattle, that's kind of part of it, right? You have to inseminate the calves. There's a really good show to watch. There's a really good show on TV Netflix
It's called Bob's Artificial Insemination.
On the ranch, something like that. But it's got like the guy who used to be married to the chick that used to be hot. He used to be on the show, the 70s show. And then he married this girl who used to be married.
Yeah, it's a Netflix thing. It's
it's called, and it's got the really cool cowboy guy, right? It's got the really cool cowboy guy. He's the dad.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, and then it's got the two sons who are.
It's called The Ranch.
I think it's called Shoulder Deep.
No, Off the Ranch.
No, it's called The Ranch.
Yeah. Good show. Watch that. That kind of explains what I'm talking about in a jokey manner. Because in the real life, it's not nearly as fun as they make it look. It's
well, I've watched that show pretty heavily, and Bob.
I've never seen him inseminate a cow.
Well, no, wait. Bob, I'm fairly certain your description doesn't match what they did on that show, though.
Involve a stump as well. Or not?
That's pretty anal.
Oh my god.
So what about donkeys? How exactly are you going to inseminate a donkey? Because they kick a bit.
This sounds like a shitty situation to me.
Donkey?
Yeah, I'm just explaining how like you can't really milk a bull to like now I have to explain how to inseminate.
Wait, did you just say you were going to milk a bull?
Oh, geez, not you.
Okay, so there's really no nice way to put it other than you have to jack off a bull to get its sperm, and then you take that big vial and you put it into a syringe, kind of looks like a turkey baster, and you shove it into the female cow and let it go so it inseminates a cow.
Wow.
And the whole documentary is titled Shoulder Deep.
Now there's a video. I'll bet you don't make.
So wait. If you have to inseminate a donkey, is it considered sticking it in the ass?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So I think you have to go to Mexico to see that show.
Yeah, Tijuana, I believe, is where you go to see that.
Yeah, you pay $3 and walk in the tent with the other 50 guys standing around.
Yeah.
If there's any ladies out there, don't go to Tijuana because you won't return the same way you went in. You never come out the same way you went in. It's terrible. Very terrible.
That's what she said.
Just never go to Mexico. I think that's a standard. Doesn't matter where. Just don't go to Mexico.
I've been to Reynosa a few times. It's pretty awesome.
No, the country's a terrible place. The government sucks. I mean, they're cruel to their people. It's just like, shut them. Yeah, don't go there.
They got really great bars and lots of cheap stuff.
I know it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't give them anything.
It sounds like the animals have lots of fun down there.
They really do, including the monkeys.
Maybe we should move on.
Monkey.
And apparently monkeys
Have
really
all kind of
Did y'all notice? Did you guys notice how high Bob's voice got when she said monkeys? That got him excited.
Oh, shush.
I think Bob's been hiding around some of the dark places on the internet here.
Have y'all noticed that there's actually 12 people watching this stuff?
Yes, and we just lost half the damn chat again.
Yeah,
They probably got booted off for moral reasons.
Hey, we have not showed a gun the whole show, so we're good.
Yeah, but I have a feeling you got to watch out because PETA's arming themselves now, so they're going to be coming after us.
I am a member of PETA.
No,
People
actually,
eating
PETA,
tasty animals.
apparently PETA is going after YouTube because they're demonetizing them.
I'm really getting sick of YouTube shit here.
What? Too soon? Too soon?
4 times in the last hour.
Oh God, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you this wonderful surprise that I've got planned is going to be worse than this. If you can imagine that.
Oh, well, wonderful surprise is worse than the Dawson show.
Are you interviewing a sheep or something?
I figured.
Oh no.
It's his former
No means
Really,
no. Even
really,
if
if you did interview a
bad.
sheep, it wouldn't be that bad.
If it looks at you openly and goes bah, you should
Alice.
What the fuck kind of sheep was that?
Alice.
You are some sick fuckers.
We're gonna end up choking chickens by the end of the night.
Hey.
Don't start talking to Alice about that. He's a chicken farmer by heart.
Hey, I have you know I have never touched Gary's gizzard.
Oh
I can't breathe.
God.
Oh my God.
No, you didn't.
No, you did.
Nobody tickled his gizzard.
You got to stroke the gizzard gently.
I need to go back to Tulsa.
Hey, Gary.
Hey,
I've got a one of them big meat tenderizing hammers. I'll take care of that gizzard for you.
oh my God.
Tender that son of a bitch up real good.
You have a meat tenderizer. I don't even want to know about this. What do you do with that, Alice? Yeah.
Well, Gary,
He tenderizes his meat.
You got 3 ex-girlfriends.
I'm going to introduce it to your gizzard.
Is that your surprise?
Then Gary will have 10-inch meat curtains.
Just whatever you do before you do all this, make sure you do not take Gary to a KFC. Don't. That's not a date night for him.
He was going to take in the Popeye's chicken.
Oh,
Only the best for Gary.
How the hell did I get dragged down into this shit?
I'll protect you, Gary.
Somebody's got to.
She just wants your legs, Gary. Don't trust her.
Y'all are so fucked up.
Wow.
She likes the dark meat.
Wow.
She just wants to pluck you.
Oh my God, this is a terrible rabbit hole.
rabbit.
So,
Wow, and you guys were talking about me.
most women
Well,
Hatfield,
you
you
reported the way everybody followed.
Oh, God.
these might as well just be called the rabbit hole from now on.
We followed you like the sheep.
Being guided in rubber boots.
Bob, come back.
Okay, for all of you people out there on YouTube that's still watching this, I'm sorry. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
and for all the kids out there, he's really sorry.
There's these there's these twin guys that were separated at birth. One of them became a rancher, and the other one became a ventriloquist. And they meet up later in life, and the guy's like, "Oh, I've never been out on a ranch with animals before. Take me out, show me around." And he's like, "Ah, sure, right? Why not?" And they jump in the truck and they're driving around. He's like, "Over there, them's my cows." And he's like, "All right, well, get me a little closer. I've never been that close to a cow. Get me a little closer." He gets out there and he's like, "I'm gonna mess with this guy." And he goes, "Hey, Mrs. Cow, how's life out here?" He throws his voice and says, "It's not that bad, but strange things happen at night." And the rancher's like, "What the hell? My cow's never talked before. That's weird. That's just wrong." And he's like, "All right, well, come on over here. I'll show you my chickens." He goes out there and he's like, "Hey, Mrs. Chicken, how's life around here?" And she says, "Oh, everything's fine, but strange things happen at night." And the rancher's like, "What the fuck? This chicken's talking now. What the hell's going on?" He's like, "Oh, forget about it. Forget about them damn chickens. Come on over here. I'll show you my sheep." And they get over there and they start talking. And he's like, "Hey, Mrs. Sheep, how's life treat you around here?" And the rancher says, "Don't listen to her. She's a lying bitch."
And now you know why we regulate these shows to late nights.
Yep.
I'm not sure 102 is a high enough number to express what happened in this.
I don't know that YouTube has a code for this.
Somebody call 911 for Bob.
Break out the paddles. He's going down.
Somebody needs to save a copy of this and send it. What the fuck?
I think he really went down.
Somebody needs to save it.
Bob, are you okay? Blink twice.
Oh, Lord.
Oh shit, he's really quiet. What the hell? Bob, are you alright?
Bob?
This is unlike Bob.
That was funny though.
So somebody needs to save a copy of this and send it to Clover and ask him how many codes he can pick out.
You want to hear the best part? I mean,
He can pick out 69 of them probably.
I think I was number 3 to get the Chatnapper Award. I think it's number 3, number 2 or number 3. I think Ed was number 1. But anyway, yeah, Yankee and I don't know who else. They were making memes about, because my cats, while I was passed out snoring on the chat, my cats were crawling up on my chest and like looking in my mouth and shit like that. Cats, right? And that's what they do. And yeah, so there's a bunch of memes out, but I haven't been able to find them since then. So I don't know what Yankee did with them. I know he had most of them, but yeah. Really fun them again. I
Tapping
actually
at
kind
night.
of thought that would be a great channel. You know, you call it. You know, when you look at your channel and it's like your. I don't know anything about this shit, so it's just your little icon. Instead of it just being my biker Bob thing, I could be this little me passed out with a cat trying to see if it could eat me yet. You're checking to see, but the one cat, like honest to God, when
I have no idea what the fuck's going on here. I'm just here for the party.
All
When that
I
cat,
know is there's a hell of a lot of animals involved in this, Chad.
yeah, well, when that cat crawled up on my chest, it actually was wide as my chest. Like that's how big that cat was. Like with this giant cat.
That's one big pussy.
And a whole bunch of like we had 4 cats, I think. 4 cats.
And pussy was up on your chest trying to eat you because you were asleep. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's the
Happens to me
opposite.
all the time, man. Happens all the time. I mean, it's worse since I've been single. Man, I woke up in the middle of the night all the time.
What does you being single have anything to do with it?
You know, Bob, saying that it's worse now that you're single when you're talking about a cat. You might need to go see somebody.
I was talking about pussy at that point. I don't know.
I might need to leave this chat. I'm feeling concerned for my safety.
I don't have a cat anymore. I might get a cat again. Could get young.
Nobody needs to be giving Bob a cat. Okay, just don't do that. Don't make that mistake.
Get one from the pound.
The animals have feelings too.
Even
That's why I got my dog at the pound, man. It cost me $80 to get my dog at the pound. And it's like, well, that's cool. Then I know how much I can spend on him at the vets. Right? Because he's worth $80. If you got something that you bought that's worth $80 and they go, oh, we want $120 to repair it. You go, fuck that, I'll buy a new one.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Cat. And they're disposable. I grew up in the country, man. Animals are animals.
See, Vanessa, see what you're missing not being on these chats.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible, not PETA friendly, but I am also pragmatic.
You did say PETA, right?
Did you just say you were pregnant?
No, I'm not.
PETA does mean people eating tasty animals, right?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
That's what I've always thought. But
The last time I checked, that's what it means.
apparently it doesn't mean that. They came out to my brother-in-law's PMU operation back when there used to be PMU operations, and they got blocked in, and then basically like told, "Get the fuck out of here, or you're gonna get your ass kicked," and they left. Terrified.
One time, my brother's sister's uncle's cousin's neighbor's dog's
my
called PETA.
My brother-in-law had a PMU operation, that pregnant mare's urine. Before they could synthesize it, they used
Pregnant
it for
mare's urine? Is that? Did I? What?
Yeah, they would like horses would get pregnant. They would pee into bags. They would collect the pee, and then the drug industry used it to making the hormone treatment drugs, like for women going through menopause and all that shit. And it was like literally a semi truck could only carry 5 45-gallon barrels of that. That's all their insurance would cover. Stuff is worth so much.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. But I mean, eventually they figured out how to synthesize it. So, about 15 years ago, my brother-in-law figured out they were going to do this, sold his contract, because he had a contract for so many gallons of pregnant mare's urine. So his job was to have a bunch of horses, get them pregnant, and collect their urine while they were pregnant, and then send it to the drug company so they could manufacture hormone treatments.
Now,
And we're gonna take a break here to do a commercial for www.animalhookups.com real quick.
Well, no, we're talking about like how they used to make hormones.
So
drugs.
in order to get a horse pregnant, did he need a step stool or?
No. He did it the traditional way. He just had a couple of stallions and about 500 head of mares, and they were all like, he was really good about it. He bred only quality horses. They were all quarter horses.
Hey, Bob, real quick. You said you were 5'8", right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Alan, are you kind of tall? Because I'm thinking everything's going over Bob's head.
Yeah. I'm 6'2". Yeah.
I might be the problem now.
Oh. Man.
Yeah, G-Webs and I have the same problem. I think he's like 6'9" or 8" or something stupid. It's like a giant person.
I have a question for you guys, and maybe one of you could actually answer this. How can I go from doing a very decent, very good interview with Gary and wind up in this?
I got the answer begins with a B and ends with a B.
And you can buy a vowel.
I'll tell you what, though, man, that was one of the best interviews I've heard on YouTube in a long time. That was really good, man.
Thank you, Bob. I thought the one you and I did was pretty good.
No, I didn't think it was very good. I never listened to it because I don't like to hear myself.
Neither does anybody else, Bob.
I know. But no, I like that. I was like, yeah, I love your style of interviewing. Never noticed it when we were doing it, but yeah, you've either gotten better or I didn't.
Same thing I always do. Ain't nothing changed. One of these days, I'm going to do a one-on-one interview with Alan B. Pro. No, better yet, Janice Gay. Yeah, I want to do
that one's coming up soon.
Yeah. Well, see, I have to do two. I have to do one with Alan, then I have to do one with Jan.
Well, and here, see, if you ever actually accomplish an interview with just Bob, you're going to definitely have to make that a late night one.
Oh, I've already done an interview with just Bob.
Yeah, we did that one time ago. He had the wrong time at first, but I figured it out.
No. I had the right time. You had the wrong time. I told you, Bob.
No, he told me the wrong time, and I showed up at the right time, and it just happened that he had the wrong time.
There was a cross in the wires between the two because the fact of the matter is Canadians can't tell time.
Yes, exactly. That's the point right there.
We had a time change. They didn't have a time change. He didn't say Eastern, Western, anything.
I did too. I told you plainly.
I'll see you at 8. And I said, okay. And I got there at 8, and he was just ending the show. So.
What is this all about? Come on.
A boot. Because he don't know how to tell time. Real time.
Well, it's.
How to use Greenwich Mean Time, and he doesn't know how to do that. Because it's English, and, he's a Hatfield.
We're Americans here. We're not under British rule like some people.
It's true, and I mean, I would move in a minute if I could figure out how to do it. I may do it anyway, but
well, you can do it. I'll tell you what, Bob. What you can do is you can do it in a roundabout way. What you can do first is move from Canada to Mexico and then just sneak across the border.
Well, we don't need a passport to go to Mexico. I can go to Mexico and then sneak across the border into the U.S. But I mean, I gotta leave my guns yet. I want to bring my guns with me. I mean, I got some cool guns.
Well, I'll tell you how we can solve that problem. You can just send all your guns to me, and I'll fill out the FFL slips when they get
No,
to the
you
gun.
can't. No, I can't. I mean, I can't. You can't, because it's importing from one country to another. I've looked into it.
Just come back for vacation, say you're doing a shoot, and forget to go back.
Yeah, probably gonna have to be something like that. Well, or I could probably claim refugee status if it's like, well, you can't come back with your guns, or we're gonna take them all away, and I could go, well, that's against my rights.
Hey, if you went out and took a shit on Justin Trudeau's lawn, would they just ship you over here?
No, they'd just shoot me probably. It's getting to that point. Oh, probably be at stadium.
See, what we need to do is we need to annex the western part of Canada into the United States.
Oh, it's coming, man. It's. I think that's something like that's going to happen in the next 100 years. 50 maybe. Western Canada is so fucking disgusted with what the East is doing. Like, they're blocking all our pipelines and shit like that. They're just trying to keep the West from being able to take our huge fucking oil resource and getting them to where they can go other than Texas, right? Because, I mean, as it is now, we have to ship our oil to Texas to get it refined, which is insane, right? Like, why ship heavy oil to Texas right across the country when you could either refine it here or ship it a shorter distance to the coast, put it in a fucking boat, send it to some other country, have them do all that fucking nasty shit, and get paid a lot of money for it.
Don't make good sense, Bob.
No, it really does not make economic sense. I would like to see us refine it here and ship out. And we do have refineries here. Funny thing is, they're a cooperative, right? They're a bunch of local co-ops, grocery stores, gas stations. They're all this big co-op, which is kind of a communist thing, but at the same time, it's like, and it like their profits all have to go back to the members. So the members who buy membership get money back every year for everything they spend at the store. Plus everyone else who's not a member, that's just free money. But they're still the same price as regular stores. They do this shit and they refine oil here, but they don't have any government backing because they're not a big oil company. They're not a big international company.
No wonder the ranchers up there are screwing their sheep and all that stuff.
That's the thing is, we don't have a lot of sheep up here because
people are just confused up there.
Coyotes eat them.
Good God.
Oh, our coyotes are the size of your wolves.
Oh, that's an interesting
thing. Bigger in Texas? That's bullshit. They got tiny little deer, tiny little everything. You come up to northern Canada, see a moose, right? An elk, like one of our Canadian elk. I mean, they make your elk look like deer. Yeah.
Well, we don't really have elk in Texas, man.
Like, our deer are bigger than your deer. I mean, it's like, I got a 125-pound deer. Really? And you
we don't need to be comparing each other's sizes of deer here.
Well, I'm just saying, right?
And we can send you some of our hogs if you want that. We can send you some feral hogs and see what happens.
You know what? We already have them coming up here, and that's the one animal. Pretty much the only.
You probably don't have the ones we're having. Oh dear God, no.
Oh no, we get like 400, 500 pounders.
Well, Alaskan Ballistic says that his coyotes are bigger than your Canadian wolves.
Oh, bullshit.
I've seen some of the size of the animals that walk around his place. I walk down the street and there's freaking moose walking down the street in a neighborhood.
Yeah. I've had in Saskatoon, which is one of the bigger cities in Saskatoon, we've had like radio warnings like there's moose in the neighborhood. Don't try confront them. It's like no shit. Why do you have to tell people that?
Because people
are there and like, look, it's a moose.
Oh, it's a moose. Let me go pet it.
I know. Because honest to God, they're the size of a Clydesdale horse.
I would like to correct
and
the moose.
Wild animals, right? And it's like, no, I don't think so.
You would like to what? A moose there, Hatfield?
I would like to caress a moose with a 300 Winchester Magnum.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you finished that statement with the 300 Winchester Magnum because I was about to.
You know what? More moose have been taken with 303 British than anything else. I mean, that's all you need. Like a 30-30, anything 30 caliber. Most of the time you shoot a moose, it's pretty close. It's a couple hundred yards. They're usually in thick bush and shit like that. So the worst part of killing a moose is getting the meat home.
Yeah, that's when you call somebody with a helicopter. Hey, you come. I'm gonna hook this son bitch up. You fly it home to me.
No, I've had to pack them out. It's pack them out like 4 or 5 miles. It's not fun.
That's the amusement of trying to get a hog too, because getting those damn things back to camp and strung up are a pain in the ass once you kill them, especially when it's those big 300, 400 pounders. We've had them snap limbs for our pulley system.
Yeah. Well, it's like 300 or 400 pounds after you got them, or before you got them.
Before.
Yeah.
I mean, we get them big enough to where it's after. It's just the ones we've gotten ourselves have been about that size.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here, like I say, that's one of the few animals that we're allowed to just, if you're out in the, hunting or whatever in the bush and you see a wild pig, you don't need a license. You can just kill it. Right. And then
well, it's because hogs are such a nuisance.
Oh yeah, they're horrible. They're tearing the land all to hell. And I mean, they're all the way up into northern Saskatchewan. So think about that. They're halfway, like they're almost like maybe another 700 miles they're at the Arctic Circle. Like the only two animals in the world today that are expanding their range, right? They're getting a larger range are coyotes and wild pigs, feral pigs.
The only thing I got out here in Iowa is feral corn stalks, and man, they are all over the fucking place.
That was corny. That was extremely corny, Alan.
Yeah.
I bet you those things are pretty damn deadly too, huh?
And yeah, you don't want to get too close to them. You never know when their stalks are going to attack.
Yeah, we got squirrels around here, man. I'll tell you. I love squirrels. They're so much fun to shoot.
Yeah, and they're funner to eat.
They're really good to eat, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, we used to go out and hunt them with pellet guns. And then
squirrel dumplings is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrel gravy is better.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of squirrel pot pie.
I've never had squirrel pot pie.
I
just like chicken.
I'm on a Barbie.
Why does everybody say squirrel tastes like chicken? Damn it, if your squirrel tastes like chicken, you're cooking it wrong.
I didn't say it tastes like chicken. I said it's made just like chicken. Like chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
Listen what you good ear.
Well, at least you guys are talking about eating damn squirrels instead of doing them. You know, we're one step up in this conversation.
Well, I don't know. Bob's squirrels up there might be big enough to do that. The ones down here, you just make them explode.
No, that's why you wrap them in duct tape first.
No one was talking about doing animals. That's just where your mind went. It's not our fault if you're weird.
I wasn't the one that was describing what kind of boots they wear with Velcro on the inside and shit.
Nowadays,
hey, I will point out, Ellis was the one that made the comment about the squirrel gravy, though.
It's okay to make those different ways. We all have our different colors, and we're all accepting. We don't care as long as you like guns and talking about shit. We're good.
I don't know. I'm not very accepting about
having this shit conversation is not my idea of a good time, Bob.
I'm trying not to. It's just somebody keeps bringing it up. I don't know.
I'm not very accepting of going balls deep in any animal, really.
Again, you're bringing that up. Why? Why do you have this?
I'm sorry, Tardot, did you just bust out a Cards Against Humanity reference?
A little bit.
That's what it sounded like.
Oh my God. Are you playing Cards Against Humanity with us?
Wow. Not at the moment. I can get the deck out and just start going randomly through and keeping the conversation going.
Yeah.
Whoa. Keep your deck where it belongs, okay?
Whoa. Oh. Well, isn't there?
This is a family-friendly show. We don't need decks out, okay?
Oh fuck! Family friendly went out like I don't know, an hour or two ago.
Yeah, kind of.
Right about the time I joined the room.
No, it was going downhill before you got here, Alan.
Actually, I'm going to blame you.
I blame Bob.
But isn't there a deck of cards out there that you play and it tells you whether you want these people as your partners in the apocalypse or that kind of thing? What was it called? Oh, damn. I remember seeing these years ago. And they were like, you know, when you had, it was kind of like that game that we were just talking about.
There's not a whole lot like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. It was Cards Against, it's like that, but Southern Prepper used to talk about it all the time. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. Engineer 442. These are preppers from like 10, 15 years ago. Still do YouTube.
I have no idea.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call this one.
All right,
yeah, you better.
Come on.
Yep. We can do it again some other time. Alan, do you work tomorrow night, or do you know? Earth to Alan. Come in, Alan. You're muted, Alan.
Alan B. Pro.
Jan is gay.
I do work tomorrow night, Ellis. Yes, I do.
You asshole. Call out. Tell him you got something.
Hey. I'm not just the whole. I'm the whole ass. All right.
Okay, you
Get
whole
it straight,
ass.
mister.
You hoe ass you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this one. I am beat, tired, worn out. I need sleep. So I'm taking my happy ass to bed, and I thank everybody that stopped by to watch this over on the YouTube side and the Gun Channel side. I apologize for, anything that might have been offensive, which was probably 90% of the chat, but that's okay. I've apologized for it. Guys, thank you all for joining tonight for this wonderful panel chat.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for hosting, Alice.
Bob,
Good
I love
time.
having you, buddy. Tardot, you got anything to say for yourself?
After this call, not really. I don't know that I want to attach my name to this.
It's too late, brother. It's there forever. Gunpowder.
Oh, her phone died. She ain't really there. It's just her icon stuck.
Oh.
Aw.
Well, you tell her we're gonna miss her until next time.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Gizzard, you got anything to say, partner?
Let's see. Shall not be infringed. How about that?
That'll work. We can all agree with that one.
No fringes on my pizza.
That's right.
Roll call. The newest outlaw, roll call. You there, buddy?
Roll call.
RC.
Roll call.
I think he might have passed out.
Yep.
Roll call. Wake up.
We got us a chat napper. Somebody get a hold of G-Webs. He's got to send him a patch.
Well, I got one of those coming too, man.
Alan, you got anything to plug, brother?
Well, yeah, I know that there's going to be something really big happening on your channel. And as soon as I can, I'm going to put a video about that out there so that people know what this big thing happening is going to be. But other than that, as always, keep the magazines loaded and one in the chamber.
It is going to be huge, Alan. It's
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, when did we start talking to Trump here?
Who knows?
It's so huge.
Okay. Yeah, with that being said, folks, on the YouTube side, Gun Channel side, y'all have a great night. Again, thanks for dropping by. God bless you. We love you. We will see you next time.
Good night.
We are out.
Shalom.